What's 18 inches long and hangs in front of an asshole? Donald Trump's tie.
Hey everybody, check it out. What's up? It's Heracles, Porsche's professional intro. Yay!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Heracles Porsche here, and I'm just going to be showing you some footage of domination game I played pretty recently. I'm in some pretty cheap fits today. Well, for me anyway. This first one is just an Apex Federation Serpent Scout with a Godged uplink and maybe like a stamina module or something like that. Anyway, and later on I'll be in like kind of a made out of scraps gal assault fit, which I will show you towards the end of the video. But anyway, let's talk about what's been going on in the game recently. Obviously, we've had a lot of players struggling because there's been some really bad lag in the game, and there's also been a lot of people experiencing black screens. I had my first black screen pretty recently. I had like my one, like, I don't know. Anyway, it's about the same time I had this footage. So basically, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, whatever, that time frame. Um, and yeah, it's a lot of people are noticing that, so that's been all over the forums. That's been like kind of well established that that's going on. There's also a Eve website that was just launched that has everything, basically everything CCP. It's got, Eve Online, Eve Valkyrie, Eve Gunjack, and us poor little dust bunnies are somewhere towards the bottom of there. But yeah, there's been a big movement. I mean, this is people have been asking for this a while, but there's a big push right now to try and get Dust ported before this game, kind of totally dies off and the player base shrinks past manageable levels. Yeah, basically, I mean, for a very long time, any time CCP would post anything on Facebook, there would be pretty much all of the responses to that post would be, please port Dust, and that's been going on for a long time. But now now we just have it seems like all over the place. The forums, the podcast, everybody's just been trying to push to get this game ported. Who still cares about it? Right. So, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure CCP is not oblivious that people want this game ported. So I don't really know. There was one post. Someone said something about there was something with the software that kept that from being viable. That's not something I really understand because I'm not a software engineer. But yeah, I don't know if this game is if it's actually not possible to port this game, or not possible to port this game very easily. I think it would be nice if CCP would say something in official capacity, because that would be nice to hear about officially, to have that kind of burning question of the player base answered. But yeah, I still have games I enjoy on this game, but like I said, we have been dealing with lag and stuff recently. So anyway, anyway, that's everything kind of general I can think of to talk about. Yeah, in terms of me trying to entertain myself, there's been a lot of bouncing around. I'm sure you guys have noticed, not just bouncing around different corps, but different games as well. So yeah, let me talk about that, because I meant to talk about that topic. I just never got around to it. But yeah, I was in random guns for I think close to 3 months. and Darth Carbonite basically announced that the Corp was done with PC, and we were all basically free to go where we wanted if we wanted to stay in PC. So I think that was big of him to just kind of, you know, speak honestly about what was going on and just like help help the players have their correct options. Oh man, that was me tossing a grenade at myself. Oh, but that's okay. I think I helped someone get some more points. Anyway, yeah. So I haven't actually chatted with him for a while, but I still have a very high opinion of Darth Carbonite and the people I was in random guns with. But it's like I said, they weren't in PC anymore, so it was time for a lot of us to move on. So I went to Skill of Gods really briefly. I didn't really know where I wanted to go after random guns. There really weren't that many options for me in terms of if I wanted to stay in PC. But I decided to try my luck with Skill of God. Of course, I knew they were a Spanish-speaking corporation in Rust and all that good stuff. I knew they'd have a little bit of English speakers and stuff, so I decided to try my luck there. I recorded a couple of their better PCs that they were, well, a couple of their PCs where they did better, and I ran a lot of my fairly expensive gear when I was in that corp trying to help them out. But yeah, I did not regret it and don't regret it, but eventually the language barrier just did get to be too much of a problem. Now, actually, part of my motivation for joining that corp was to hopefully to learn some Spanish and stuff. And I'm not really good at languages. It's just not one of my not one of my talents is picking up other languages. But I do know we have part of the Spanish player base does watch my channel, and I really enjoy having all you guys on here. And I've got a big portion of them as Facebook friends and stuff, but I'm just not good at languages besides English. It's just the brutal truth. So I am gonna try and learn Spanish at some point, but for the purposes of playing my game, the language barrier was just too much. It's just, when things happen like your squad quits a game, or your alt isn't being accepted in the corp or stuff, and you can't really communicate those frustrations, it mounts up. It's that real truth. But I don't know, someday I will learn that language correctly, and I'll probably have to do it out of game with like official Spanish classes or something. But so let's talk about how I ended up back at Catback. So after Random Guns left PC, Silver went back to Capital Acquisitions to try and rebuild it. I gotta be honest, I had some trepidation about coming back to Capital Acquisitions because rebuilding is hard, and the current CEO, Shepard Gray, just seemed like he was pretty much an absentee CEO. I mean, it's been well established for a while. He's not on a lot, but he's getting on a little more than he used to. So that's an improvement at least. So that's where I am now, is back in Catback. Here's the thing though, it's become clear in the new game mechanics that CP is a thing that PC players are gonna have to concern themselves with. And I can definitely do my part with that when you have alts, even if you're only playing a little bit. It does help with your it does help you become a bigger CP generator. But yeah, I'm kind of curious as to whether as CP, those are command points, by the way, for for anyone who didn't know, they're a type of currency you need to stay active in PC if you want to attack districts, move clones, any of that stuff. You have to have command points, and they're generated by doing daily missions. And if you don't have a whole lot of people in your corp who are active, you're not going to have a lot of CP. Now we're doing okay. We're launching a few attacks, but it's just kind of had me left me wondering if we're gonna have enough CP for our purposes. I'm not talking about it to complain about it. I definitely don't think it's a bad mechanic. It actually makes a whole lot of sense, but basically what it might set up is the corpse. What I'm interested in is what happens to corps that basically only want a PC, because in spite of the repetitiveness of only doing PC maps, it still is one of the better gaming experiences because, well, it can be, you know. Some of the better games still are PCs or Planetary Conquest because you tend to have much more even battles and battles where everyone involved is trying their hardest. So yeah, that's why I like PC. It's not has nothing to do with running proto or officer or how much ISK you make or egos or any of that stuff, even though that's all very much a part of it. Really just enjoy it because it's more strategic and much more even pitched battles where and it's just a hard fact that you can have good pubs, don't get me wrong, and good faction warfare battles, but I mean you're gonna deal with it's a fact of life. You're in Dust. You're gonna deal with lopsided battles no matter where you go, but I just feel like in PC it's less of an issue. So yeah, for people who only want a PC, CP is potentially making this game tough. We did have a PC against Titans of Phoenix the other day that I was in that I didn't bother to upload because I mean I was playing Logi and I was in my Logi bros, but I meant like 2-1, and I didn't even do that much repping or Logi work really because I was in the city, and most of the enemy was on the outside, so it was just the opposite of an action-packed game. So, but hopefully our future PCs against Titans of Phoenix are more interesting. And yeah, anyway, so outside of Dust, I am going to be covering some other games. I'm going to cover the last episode of Life is Strange. I will be doing Halo coverage a little bit when it first comes out. I'll probably Star Wars Battlefront has a big chance of becoming the new dominant game on this channel. But I don't know. Nothing's set in stone. We'll just see where it goes. Anyway, I would rather mix things up than just become a bitter Dust vet. Also, guys, I'm considering making a video talking about racism and prejudice in Dust 514. I know, God, you must be rolling your eyes thinking, oh my God, here he is, Heracles Porsche, trying to be the moral crusader. It's really not about that. It's just, I see an issue, I might as well talk about it. Anyway, I got it. Anyway, I'm gonna try and end this video more upbeat, because I still enjoy gaming, and I still have reasons to be on this game. I still have, enjoy the company of people on here, and I still have enough fun games to keep me coming back. So I don't want you guys to think I'm gonna go totally negative. This is obviously a problem that happens with a lot of Dust YouTubers. It's not gonna happen to me. But thank you for continuing to watch Dusties. I'll try to keep it a little more upbeat if I can. I'm planning to do some videos with just like impressions of people or music are just ridiculous stuff that isn't really related to anything. Anyway, here's my made out of scrap suit. It's all stuff like made out of stuff I got in boxes and missions and stuff. So anyway, that's everything, Dusties. See you, Starside.